Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Unlaced, and I'm here with another set of brand new Jordans. This time it's the Jordan 4 Retro Tech Whites. So they're all white with a little bit of gray on them. Really interesting shoe. They are a throwback design. Of course, the original Jordan 4s came out in 1989. Again, developed by Tinker Hatfield, a follow-up from the Jordan 3s, and they took a lot from that shoe because it was very successful, very iconic. And then they added some new things on here to kind of make them their own, but at the same time, they very much are a nod to the Jordan 3s. They look fantastic, and this is an especially cool shoe, and it's very special because Jordan was wearing these in 1989 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he made the buzzer beater over Craig Elo. They went to face the New York Knicks in the NBA playoffs. But a very interesting shoe, and that's one of the cool things we get with all these older retro shoe designs, the Jordan 1s, the 2s, 3s, 4s. There are so many of these moments that you can look back, and that makes them, I think, more special than some of the newer designs. But let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to do the unboxing on these new Jordan 4s, as well as talk about some of the history and the design on them, and just have a look at it. But before we get into that, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's take a look at the Jordan 4 Tech Whites. And here we are with the Jordan 4 Tech Whites. Now, it's funny because if you look on the tab over here, they actually call them the Jordan 4 Retros, but the listing, especially when I got them from StockX, it shows Oreo White. So it's kind of interesting with the name variation there. And I already took these out of the big brown box, so you didn't have to worry about watching me fiddle around with that today. But yeah, see, Jordan 4 Retro White Oreos, that's what they call them. But the colorway is white, tech gray, black, fire red. Black and fire red, and they call these the Tech Whites, and I like these a lot. I like, it's got the nice like paint speckled pattern here on the paper on the inside of it. They always do good to match that with the shoes, and then once you pull them out, they pop and they stand out really well. This very pristine white color board you've got to work with here. The trademark stars on the tip of the shoe there for as far as the sole goes for extra traction, and then the Jumpman on the back, which is kind of like a silicone material, and then it's stitched around it. It's kind of neat. And then the pull tab that's on the heel that's supposed to help with taking the shoe on and off. And of course, they wouldn't be Air Jordans if they didn't have the air unit down on the bottom. Very solid. Not a whole lot of give there whenever you pull and push on the shoe, which is good. It's got a very solid foundation. One of the trademark well-known areas on these shoes are, of course, the mesh netting that we have on the side. It's also on the tongue. And then the Jordan 4 wings up there. They help you fly, of course. And those were added in this series as well. So they went out of their way to make these extra special. It's definitely a build platform off of the Jordan 3, but you can see where they kind of gave a little bit and took a little bit and added some here and there. You've still got the pristine stitching. You've got the Jordan logo, the Jumpman on the inside as well, and then it says Air Jordan right there, which is kind of neat. I like that little tag on the inside of the tongue. But surprisingly, when you feel the material in here, it's very, very quality, nice and plush. So I can only imagine how nice these are to put them on and to wear them. But really, really nice looking shoes, and I like them. There's definitely, like I said, the red Jumpman logo in there. These are my first Jordan 4s, so I'm excited to test these out. I'm excited to try them on and bring you some more information on these so we can talk about them. And I've probably talked about them enough already. Let's go ahead and jump over to the wear test so we can have a look at them from that aspect and see what they're like to put them on. I decided to get fancy and go outside so we can get some nice lighting, and you can see what it's like to put these shoes on, to wear them, what the feel and the fit is like. Very solid shoe. You definitely have to do some uncinching with the laces there, and then you've got the pull tab on the back to help you get your foot in, which worked a lot better the second time. But the laces have a nice length on them. I like that you can get a good bow tie on them with. Also, they're not going to be hanging over on your sides. You're not going to be tripping over them. Sometimes, newer shoes, it's like, here, let's give you these 18-inch long laces that just flop around everywhere. And go and do the same thing with the left shoe here. But I like them. I think that they've got a nice fit to them. Plenty of support around the ankle, especially when you've got the wing mechanism up top. Those little flaps that allow you to put the laces kind of wherever you want them once you get the main part of the shoe laced up. And that's one of the things that made the Jordan 4 special, was the ability to do that. So let me go ahead and get my other foot in the shoe here. But Again, very nice and snug, but like I mentioned in the unboxing portion, the material is very high quality. It's plush. I mean, this is almost a $200 shoe if you can get it at retail. So you would expect that it wouldn't be, you know, chintzy, it wouldn't be cheap, and they definitely live up to the quality reputation. So nice fit on them there, and just a little bit of a, you know, move around and flex so you can see them. But this is what the shoes look like when they're on, and totally digging them, especially being my first pair of Jordan 4s. So now that we've got this out of the way, let's go talk a little bit more about the Jordan 4 Tech Whites. So here we are up close and personal with the Air Jordan 4 Retro Tech Whites. They call them the Oreo white ones as well on the box. It's funny to me when you look online, like, oh, the Tech Whites, and then you get the box and it has a little bit different description on it. But these are the very first pair of Jordan 4s that I've actually owned. Try and get this where the light keeps washing it out because it's so shiny. These are really, really nice. They're clean, they're pristine. These were made, they were designed, another Tinker Hatfield collection. He made the Jordan 3s were his first pair, which were so iconic, and then followed it up with the Jordan 4s in 1989. And they really thought, well, if they did so good with the Jordan 3s, can they really improve on that with the Jordan 4s? And I have these are my very first original Jordan 3s right here, my chlorophylls. Absolutely love these, but you can see a lot of the design actually is kind of remains intact. It's still a mid-height shoe, so it's not a full high top, but it's not a low cut as well. And then you can see some of the similarities here. I mean, the heel and the sole largely look the same. It's a little bit tapered on the 4s. It's a little bit lower, doesn't have the patented elephant skin pattern that we have on here. But a lot of things still look the same. They didn't break from this successful convention too much. You still got the stars on the front of the sole here for extra grip, plus it looks neat. And some of the defining characteristics of the shoe are the mesh over on the side, and then also on the tongue here as well. You can see this little mesh, plastic mesh netting, and you should be able to see that a little bit better in the B-roll. The light here is just washing it out because the shoe is so white. But it's also got the Air unit down here in the bottom because, of course, they are Air Jordans, so you got to have that. And then they've got the little pull tab on the back here that's supposed to make it easier to put the shoe on your foot. I haven't really found that it helps out so much because it itself is also leather and it's a little on the slick side. But one other nice thing about it, you look all the way around it and it just has some amazing stitch work on it, from on the sole all the way to the shoe itself. It's really nice. It really helps seal it in. And then you get these wings, which are part of the Jordan 4 design, and this is where they first showed up. You have the wings up top here, and they allow you for like a custom lacing patterns. So you get done lacing the shoe, and then it goes in here. You've got all these different eyelets to choose from. This gives you a little bit of customization, a little bit more of a unique feel when you're cinching them down around your ankle for maximum support. And then on the back, we've got the Jumpman logo as well. And one thing you won't see on here is the Nike logo, and that's something they started with the Jordan 3s. There's no Nike logo on here. There's no swoosh, none of that stuff. Just the iconic Jumpman Air Jordan logo here on the back, and then we've got it here on the tongue as well in red, and then it says Air Jordan on the inside here. So I like the design on this one. I really like the way they went with this all white with a little bit of the speckled paint kind of pattern on it down here on the heel and the sole. It looks good. It ties it in really well. It gives you that really poppy, standout white color, but at the same time, it's still a very casual shoe, and it's very comfortable to wear. I was very surprised. I put them on, and that's one thing you get with a lot of the Jordan shoes is they're actually very comfortable. They got a lot of fluff in them, but they're very secure around the ankle. They provide lots of support, and they look really, really cool. All right, so that's all I've got on my look at the Jordan 4 Tech Whites. I think that they're really cool. I'm glad I have these in my collection. If you are a Jordan 4 collector, you probably want these as well. Again, if you saw my other video, and you'll see other videos in the future, the Jordan 3s are my absolute favorite. They're my bread and butter. But the Jordan 4, it looks so much like it that it's kind of a no-brainer in that department. They just look cool, and I love this all white with the gray, you know, the gray color tones on it. It's really one of my favorite colorways when it comes to the Jordan 4, and I like it. It's a good retro throwback look. So that's all that I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win! Set the Cleveland Cavaliers. Michael Jordan hits it at the foul line. 101 to 100. 20,273 in stunned silence here in the Coliseum. Michael Jordan with 44 points in a game hit the shot over Craig Elo.